as of lately. Running late again, but got more progress with the electric company. They should be activating that tomorrow and whatnot, so that's progress anyway. And I'm earlier than I was yesterday, so that's positive. So I'm gonna get to it, and I wish it was as warm as it looks out. Yeah, I can still see my breath. But I'm gonna get to it and see what we can do. Forgot to start with my morning checkup inside. So I just drag the trash barrels out back and get those dumped into the dumpster and whatnot. And this is the mess I'll be working on too. Basically, that's a lot of scrap metal, wood trim, and wires and stuff. So I got to sort that, put it where it's going. Still got the collection of Tiggers, fans, some other trash and whatnot over here, and the excess tools. So they've got to go out and whatnot, and just a bunch of trash. Like that's a substantial amount of small stuff there, and then I'll be working on a lot of this mess in here with all the trim. I don't know if I'll bother pulling all this because this strapping will get replaced eventually. I'm just leaving this strapping up at the moment because how bad this wall is. It might actually be helping keep these things spaced right, straight, something. So I'm just going to leave those till last and whatnot. And there's just, just still debris everywhere, and everything still needs to be picked apart. The whole living room here, and another one of these doorways to deal with that's not as bad as the other one, and then the whole kitchen. Hey, look, still some of the kitchen wallpaper stuff up and whatnot. So yeah, still got a lot of cleanup to do. Still a lot more of that stuff to get pulled down, and that random baby outfit that's creepily hanging there. But yeah, so I'll start on the other room in there, and then I'll hopefully get in here to some of this. And actually, I still got to demo the inside of this. I keep thinking from the other side that this is part of the basement staircase, because the basement staircase is here. Well, it looks like the basement staircase ends about here. Yeah, so I can demo this too. All right, so that's a little more work I can do. That's good. Another spot cleaned up. But yeah, and then here. But yeah, from this side, I was just I keep thinking that's just all the basement staircase opener, which I'm trying to keep that sealed up to keep the cold from coming up, and animals and anything else that might be creeping around. Yeah, so enough talking. I gotta get it working. Well, I pretty much everything down on the walls. Didn't do all the strapping. Like I said, that's probably going to get replaced. And yeah, so I'm going to start doing all the cleanup now. Get the floor cleaned up and see what I got left for time to do anything else. So yeah, oh, one of the things is hang on. Bear with me a second here. Actually, probably see it right here. Somebody ran these wires right between the upper sill here. See, I light that up a little. There we go. Somebody ran the wires for outlets over the fireplace, just between the window casing and the frame. Well, there was mice up there at some point. The sheathing off all the way down to the copper on one of them. Come on, separate. Sorry, these fat gloves ain't cooperating. Yeah, you can see the black and the white. You see the black one get thinner. That's bare copper all the way to there. So basically that whole upper window there. And the black wire is the hot wire. The white wire is the one you never have to really worry about. The black one, that's the one that starts fires. So that was just stashed up in there. Another reason why I didn't want to just power up this house before. Because stuff like this is guaranteed to be found. Especially in houses like this. But just the age of the wire, even a good house can have that happen. You know, like you can have mice in your wall and not even know it. So, well, I'm going to flip this around and start doing some cleanup. Well, the biggest room in the house is done. As you can see, I didn't do the strapping. Like I said, that's probably going to come down once the structure's fine. And just put up all new stuff, because some of this is strapping, some of it's hardwood flooring, and all kinds of different stuff. So we'll put up normal stuff afterwards. I'm just using it to hold the framing together and square at the moment. So yeah, so this is what it looks like now. That whole wall stripped down, that corner, all that nightmare up and over there. Some of that wall, even though it's getting replaced. And I got the corner all dug out over here. And all the stuff from up top on this wall. And this whole wall here. And the basement staircase wall. And got everything shoveled up, swept up, moved out, and cleaned up that corner as good as I could. Those things are frozen to the floor, covering holes in the floor anyway. But yeah, we're getting really close to being down to the bones. Once I'm totally down, then I'll take up all the hardwood flooring. Because if you look, it's not very good. Tell me that's not wild. Look at that. And it's not the only place. It's all over the place. There's another one over there. I had to pull up boards in the other room. And this one here. You can see this one here. And this, everywhere you see a gap, that's where we ripped up boards where it's peaking really high. Like in this doorway here. Ripped one out of this doorway here. And a bunch of them out of here that were doing it also. So it's pretty impressive that those bows in the floor there. Different angle of this. Look at that. That's pretty impressive. That's probably about 5 inches high. That smaller one's probably about 3 inches. Pretty wild. Think it'll sand out? Anybody got a flooring guy that could sand this out for me? That's all you gotta do, is you just gotta sand the highs down, right? And fill in the other ones. Maybe I can salvage it all. Nope, definitely not. But anyway, that's it for now. Actually, I'll give you a preview of what the kitchen's looking like. So now we're down to just the kitchen. So still gotta deal with a lot of all the plaster and stuff everywhere, and around all the door jambs, and obviously all the cleanup up top, and then this last closet here. I do gotta rip that out. So that'll probably be tomorrow. Again, I mentioned this in an older one. How many of you ever seen one of these? Recessed outlet up high near the ceiling for wall clocks back in the day. Pretty cool. That's something you don't see too often. So maybe you can see how deep it is, so the plug can recess in there, and then you can hang the light right over it. Pretty cool. Anyway, I'm exhausted. That means it was a satisfying day. That means a lot of work was done. So it may not have looked like a lot, but it's a lot of tedious stuff. And I know, a lot of this stuff is coming down anyway. But like I mentioned before, I'm just trying to quiet down the chaos so I can think straight and make a plan and have a vision and all that stuff before I just go to town and gut everything out of here. So hope you guys all had a good day. And tomorrow's Friday. So one day left of the week. You guys can make it. And yeah, I'll probably be checking in tomorrow. You guys have a good night. Thanks again.